All right. So somebody gonna ask this question that should have been asked to me and not asked to this so-called madhead sucker. All right. Something that should have been asked to me instead of asking madhead sucker though. So here is the thing. And let me make this big though. Let me make this big so you can see it. So you made a question. You no, you made a statement, right? So let me answer your statement. So you said, and let me read it. Better yet, I'll go and read it. After watching this comp, since watching Big J's work, I don't understand my beef with the Manosphere. Wait a minute, you don't understand my beef with the Manosphere, and you said you claim you watch my work, Doug. You're telling me you don't understand, but then you try to then you don't watch my work, but then you want to comment on it. Well, let me help you out, right? See, I list down a few things down, a compilation. So you said you said after watching this a compilation of Big J's work, I don't understand his beef with the Manosphere. A compilation, you say? Well, have you really actually watched my compilations of videos? I don't think you have. So let me help you out about my compilations of videos, right? So let's name the reasons why I have a problem with the Manosphere. Number one, dog pile on one woman like a group of savages. Example is when a group of men harping on Sierra, harping on Erica Williams. No, I'm sorry, Ebony Williams. I'm sorry, not Erica Williams. Ebony Williams. Sorry, Erica. Dog piling on a woman. I remember that one time, and yes, I gotta say I'm guilty of this back then. I was guilty of this back then, but I didn't know it was this bad. I remember when Jenny Beless, right? There was a woman named Jenny Beless, and she made a video with her daughter, and they were talking about underwear. Do you know that 15, 16 Negroes, actually it was 25 Negroes, made one video over and over and over, dragging this woman about a video about her wearing underwear. Now that happened in 2014. And then what happened today, recently, when Miss Sunkiss allegedly, and she never did it, when a lot of you Negroes gathered together to shame Miss Sunkiss, falsely shame Miss Sunkiss for being around in the company of men saying, "Oh, she doesn't wear no underwear," which she never. Which, by the way, she never brought it up. Nobody brought it up except for BMT, and y'all took what BMT said. Number two, right? No. Let me go back to number one. This is my number one reason I can't stand y'all. Y'all like the dog power on a woman, like as if though that's gonna, you know, y'all think though that's a sign of manhood. Seeing a bunch of worthless ass niggas going after some woman that y'all don't even know, trying to dog power, make video and live stream over and over about this person. Anyway, let me move on to number two. call and insult any and every woman, especially who is innocent or have nothing to do with the conversation, as B's, H's, and use terms like 304s, shock dots, and strags and daggles, even to people, even to women who done nobody wrong in this space. That's a lot. That's who you Negroes hang around with on live streams. Let's move on to the third thing. It's okay. No, hold on. Let me say this. Y'all create the culture that it's okay to stalk, harass women on and offline. Examples: your boy, the voice of the everyday brother, we did to Kimberly. What's her name from For Harriet Channel? Kimberly Foster from For Harriet. Like how y'all call CPS on various black women. Like how y'all try to use um well, like how one guy was encouraged to stalk. It got so bad to a point that one dude stalked Kristen Carazine's daughter from one state to another, to her college campus. Y'all made it okay to create false historical narratives. The link is to expose the Manosphere video, by the way. Are loving the half truths, to have the historical narratives, which is false, like black women started the First World War, or black women started the two world wars, and we can blame the black female for starting wars in America, wars around the world, and use that as a and try to make that into a narrative. Then y'all use BJXXX's narrative, like, oh, the half narrative, like black women, all black women who gets a DNC are having abortions. Y'all make it okay for accepting what BJ says. Oh, y'all make it okay to blame feminism for every ill in society rather than addressing the issues that affect the heterosexual male, such as the lack of education, the lack of housing, the lack of jobs, i.e., economics and finance. And yes, why they are beating you up over the head, and while you being an unarmed black man, especially talking to you black men who are being unarmed and being gunned down by the local law enforcement. Y'all won't talk about that part. Focusing on the wrong things. Here we go. Y'all make it okay favoring removing rights from women in order to have sexual access, i.e., we need Donald Trump to get those cuts to put black women online. We need to remove, we need to get women to stop making uh we need to take away the woman's right to vote, because that would give them her power in the community. We need to stop educating women, because with us being educated, we will get all the choices of the women that we want. Okay, let's move on to number 7. Why I can't stand you niggas. Y'all made it okay for teaming up with the conservative alt-right fascists in order to punish others, namely young women. Example: Obsidian, BJ's Angerman, respectively, teaming up with the likes of Jared Taylor, Donald Trump, supporting Donald Trump, and having things with trying to interview and make excuses for Nick Fuentes and Hannah Pearl Davis. Y'all make it okay for that. And the reason why, you know what I'm saying, and the reason why though y'all want the alt right to come back, because y'all think they'll, when y'all go back to the plantation, right? When you go back to the plantation, when you go back to the plantation, that's the only place that gives y'all some semblance of power so you can put your boot on the black woman's neck. That's why a lot of you black Negroes in the Manosphere would team up with the fascists, and I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna do a video on that. Y'all team up with the fascists because y'all want, because going back to that plantation, so you can put your boot on that black woman's neck is the only place that you're comfortable to rise yourself above the black woman while she stay below you, so you can have control over her. Let's go down to, let's see, what was it? Let's go down to number 8 here. Yeah. Let's go down to number 8. Living vicariously using Hollywood and pop culture as well as pimp culture. Big J, what you talking about? Well, like how it's kind of kin to the earlier point, how like a lot of you Negroes will use movies, y'all quote movies that y'all don't want quote books to explain what's going on. Big J, what you talking about? Well, you got Negroes on this website who try to use the movie Claudine, a movie that was made in 1974 or released in 1974, that starred um, James Earl Jones and Diane Carroll. And then y'all try to use that movie to use that movie as a way to say, well, welfare kicked the man out the household. When the 1968 case King v. Smith was against kicking man out the household, trying to use that, narrative. And let me go back to number yeah, let's go back to number 7, because I forgot about this one thing about number 7. Like how some of y'all's talking points, because AJ and Seeing Red likes to use them term talking points, right? Well, them talking points that Lee Atwater, Ben Billett, William Bennett, Dan Quayle, and Patrick Buchanan use. You know what? I'm gonna save that for later. Oh, y'all make it okay to expecting regular women to look like those in Hollywood pop culture while condemning women within pop culture. Oh, I wish she got a fat ass. Oh, I wish she looked like this. Man, we need Keisha to look like that. This, that. And then y'all get mad at women like, I don't know. Then y'all get mad at the Ebony Williams. Then y'all get mad at the Kiki Palmers. Then y'all get mad at I forgot her name. Y'all want women to act a certain way, but then y'all at the same time you want women to act a certain same way. Make sense. Y'all made it okay. Going to number 10, y'all try to create a culture that it's okay to blame single mothers for the ills of the inner city America, while a lot of you Negroes have children and you're not married. But yet you got your mouth on every other woman who's a single mother. So I hope Doug understands why I have such disdain of the manosphere, especially the black manosphere. Let's keep it moving. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here, here is a good one right here. The dregs of society. Honoring and supporting the dregs among us. Those names I had mentioned been in and out of prison. except for one. One raped a 12-year-old girl. The other one impregnated a 14-year-old girl. The other one, well, he been in prison. And the other one made videos talking about that he goes after teenage, underage girls, and who are daughters of single mothers. That's who y'all support in these YouTube streets, while at the same time you niggas trying to do this shame, blame, and explain about how bad certain women are. Women that y'all don't even know, women that y'all don't even haven't even met, and will never meet. Get out of here with that. Then what y'all say? Oh, hold on. Y'all make it okay. Y'all created a culture that it's okay to have series of podcasts to highlight the worst of women, and I call it podcast masculinity. Shout out to Art Banaka, and I quote Art. I'm gonna quote Art Banaka on that. Y'all want podcast masculinity channels like Fresh and Fit, whatever, Lapeef Network, Anton Daniels, these stupid, idiotic podcasts that we see online, and y'all sounding stupid, and y'all bring out the worst of all of the women to make them the representation of all women. Y'all took Instagram models, prostitutes, porn actress, and OnlyFans women, and used them to project that onto the everyday woman. And that tells me straight up that y'all got no brains, by the way. Rather than highlighting the best of yourselves, promoting the best of yourselves. When the last time Fresh and Fit, whatever, Lapeef, or DJ Academics, how come, when the last time they did a video of, oh, I know the brother that's trying to cure cancer. I know somebody who's trying to cure AIDS. I know a guy, man, who works for NASA. I know somebody who's an engineer. I know somebody who worked for the United States Naval Seabees. Or I know somebody that works for the Army Corps of Engineers. Where are those types of men at? That's worth the damn. Talking about things of real masculinity. Let's go down to number 13. And this is my main problem with the Manosphere. Number 13 is my main problem. Outside of number 2, wait, hold on. Outside of number, let me see. Outside of number 2, number 13 is one of my main ones. 2 and 13 are my main problems. Creating a message and narrative that would harm girls who are in elementary school and middle school around the Western world. And then y'all also radicalizing young men. And if you see that video I did on Sneeko, you might understand why I said the Manosphere needs to be eradicated, needs to be destroyed, eliminated, buried forever, and not to ever raise out of, never rise out of its ashes. That's what I favor. Number 14, being a walking, and this is to especially to black men. Black men has historically been portrayed as a horny, sex crazed animal. with no feelings, with no thoughts of others, or being modesty, being hypersexual. You know what? You know what? Let me bring this point. Let me bring this point to you. Let me do this for you. A visual aid for you, if you will.
It's a war tactic. This is war. Now, this is the difference. People start to get it twisted here. Sex is one thing. Sex is everywhere, all the time. If that's what we use to measure success, we're not too intelligent here. We have to get out of this sick, immature way of thinking. Power is what the enemy operates on. He uses his power to give you those things that he knows you and we are going to fall into. He'll give you women. Because he knows that's your test. That's what you think is power. Here, take all the women you want. I'm going to take your name, your likeness. I'm going to make sure I own your contracts and everything that's in there to make it to where you die broke. Or at least I take the majority of everything once you're gone and you look like a damn fool because your feelings.
That's the point. I want y'all slow. For the people who are slow in the back of the bus, for the people who are slow in the back of the classroom, let me replay that again for y'all. So I'm gonna demonstrate this point again for y'all. How slow some of you are.
It's a war tactic. This is war. Now, this is the difference. People start to get it twisted here. Sex is one thing. Sex is everywhere, all the time. If that's what we use to measure success, we're not too intelligent here. We have to get out of this sick, immature way of thinking. Power is what the enemy operates on. He uses his power to give you those things that he knows you and we are going to fall into. He'll give you women. Because he knows that's your test. That's what you think is power. Here, take all the women you want. I'm going to take your name, your likeness. I'm going to make sure I own your contracts and everything that's in there to make it to where you die broke. Or at least I take the majority of everything once you're gone and you look like a damn fool because your feelings.
Do I need to play it again to get to the point, Doug? To get to the point of any of y'all, why I got a problem with the Manosphere, why I got a problem with SYSBM, why I got a problem with the red pill philosophies, why I got a problem with these so-called podcasts. Y'all got sex in the brain too much. Y'all are black men who y'all always talk about how black men are being mistreated. Y'all put out y'all think with the tip of your peen and not the head on your shoulders, because y'all talk about relationships all the time. We're doing great things out here. Okay, then DDOS. Tell me something, DDOS. You keep saying we're doing great things out here, then how come every conversation has to be about sex and relationships? I'll wait. Since you got so much to say about me too, though, nigga. Right? Let's move on to another thing. Which leads to number 15. You so single-minded and have a one-track mind. Do you want me to play that again?
It's a war tactic. This is war. Now, this is the difference. People start to get it twisted here. Sex is one thing. Sex is everywhere, all the time. If that's what we use to measure success, we're not too intelligent here. We have to get out of this sick, immature way of thinking. Power is what the enemy operates on. He uses his power to give you those things that he knows you and we are going to fall into. He'll give you women. Because he knows that's your test. That's what you think is power. Here, take all the women you want. I'm going to take your name, your likeness. I'm going to make sure I own your contracts and everything that's in there to make it to where you die broke. Or at least I take the majority of everything once you're gone and you look like a damn fool because your feelings.
I think I played enough. If you can't get the point by this point, what my problem with y'all is, then you're dumber than well, you're dumber than what I think you are. A lot of you are. So let's not ask this question no more. Well, BJ, why you got a problem with the Manosphere and the red pill community? I don't want y'all to, if you don't get it by now, there's something wrong with you, not me. All right. And number 16, and I put at number 16, failing to realize that they are declared as a hate group, which I said it, which later on my reaction to Tam, I said The Manosphere is a hate group defined by the, oh, I said that, supposed to be D, not that. The Southern Poverty Law Center and the McCain Institute. But anyway, shout out to Tam, right? Shout out to Tam, because she says something right here that, and you know, I want to, you know, I gotta put it, because this is right, good questions that Tam asked. I have, and she said this. I have a legitimate, no, not legitimate, a genuine question for the Black Manosphere. What have they accomplished other than just talking on YouTube? What is it that they do that contributes to society? So let me answer her question for you. All right. Let me answer her question for you. Do they pass out turkeys to families in need during the holidays? No. Do they do things like clean up, like beach cleanups? You know what? Let me talk about that for a minute. Let me talk about that for a minute. I remember back in 2016, and I remember when Mr. Black Conservative was going to do a cleanup in the south part of Houston. Okay, Mr. Black Conservative. There was a guy, there was a YouTuber by the name of Mr. Black Conservative. He came down here to Houston. Yeah, he came down here to Houston, and they was going to do a cleanup, right? So he went to David Carroll. He went to Mumba Obsidian Ali, Oswald Cobblepot. Then he went to O'Shea and Tommy Sotomayor and tried to organize this cleanup. Do you know who showed up for the cleanup? Out of all the black men, who actually supported the cleanup? All but one supported cleanup, but none of them came to the cleanup. And then those, and you know who showed up? Let me tell you who showed up. And you know what? I might have to do a video on that. I might have to do a video on that part, because it needs to be talked about. It needs to be brought up. This thing needs to be brought up, since Don Gordito going to talk about, no, you know, try to use somebody's accomplishments against me or anybody else. You know who showed up? The divestors showed up. The pink pill showed up. The women who are fans of Crystalline Karazine was promoting it. Now, I might have to do a video on that. I might go in my archives, dig up the archives, and it was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed to see you Negroes not coming to Houston. But I saw those so-called, your words, not mine, your words, not mine, these we wearing daggles, your words, not mine, by the way, coming there and cleaning up the south side of Houston. The north, well, I think they were, yeah, the south side of Houston. The daggles, your words, not me. I'm not calling these women out of their name. Those women that y'all call shock dots. Those women that y'all call B and H's. Those women that y'all disparage and y'all make disparaging comments about day in, day out on an hourly basis showed up to clean up a black neighborhood. Clean up the trash, clean up the down trees, clean up all that. But none of you Manosphere Negroes promoted it, with the exception of O'Shea. That's why I have to give O'Shea some props on that. See, my memory is very long of who was doing who and who was doing something. So I don't want to hear DDO2 talking about we do great things out here. All right. I don't want to hear DDOS, DDO2S, whatever name. We do great things out here. Don't know jack about what's going on. All right. And I'm glad though that I remember. Okay, let me go back to what she said. All right. Do they have programs that give young boys free haircuts, teach them how to tie a tie? See, what? Wait. Stop. Wait a minute. No, 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 and no. Have they gotten any laws passed? No, but they try to claim that the law in Tennessee was passed because of them, but they couldn't even name the state representative that they said that they lobbied to have it passed. Ain't that something? Are they a legally recognized group? For example, Boys and Girls Club, American Red Cross, Habitat for Humanity, the NAACP, the Association of Black Psychologists, the Black Bar Association, etc. Are all these legal recognized national organizations, or is the Black Manosphere one too? No, no, no. They're not a legal recognized group, but I know what the Manosphere is: a hate group, that targets in flirting with right wing fascists, a group of men that wants to remove a woman's right to vote, much less the right to choose that to give birth to y'all. To more deny the woman the right to have a choice to have whether she want to have sex or not with y'all, because y'all think that y'all are entitled. That's why you got two idiots trying to expose Big J, because I'm telling the truth. But they can't refute what I'm saying on this one. They can't refute what I'm saying. They can't dissect and deconstruct. They are a hate group by the Southern Law Poverty Center, the McCain Institute, Homeland Security, the United States Navy, the Texas Rangers, the FBI, the state of California, all declared the Manosphere as a potential hate group, or a hate group. Whether it's a black Manosphere, white Manosphere, doesn't matter. They are a hate group. Like it and love it. Because you can't sit there and deny it. You can't refute what I just said. Y'all cannot make a video refuting what I just said. I dare y'all to do it. But we know, and I know, y'all can't do that. You can't refute what I said. You know why you can't refute what I said? Because you're not smart enough to do it. I want y'all to go by point. Are y'all going to go by, hold on, are y'all going to go by what Tam said? Oh, better yet. No, forget about Tam. When y'all can go 16 points, I want y'all to refute every claim I made. 16 things I said. I want y'all to go ahead and make a claim. Refute 16, refute everything I said by 16 times. There's an opportunity. There's about 16 opportunities y'all could refute my argument, but I know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna try to dox me. Y'all gonna try to roast me. Y'all gonna try to do all that other stupid foolishness, except for dissecting and deconstruct what Big J said. Y'all can't do it. That's the point. That's why you hang around with that Dr. Madhead sucker over there. That's why you tag team with him. While he's splicing videos together and sound clips together, trying to form a narrative. Go ahead and refute. Y'all can't. That tells me you are less of a man than me. Big J out.